Protecting your chicken flocks effectively from infectious bursal disease, or IBD, is critical for your poultry operations. This highly contagious viral disease that typically affects young chickens can lead to severe losses from direct mortality, immunosuppression, and secondary infections. The challenge with field vaccination practices, when hundreds of thousands of chickens are to be vaccinated, is that they fail to adequately address the window between maternal antibody protection declining and the onset of active immunity that is provided by vaccination across the entire flock. The problem is compounded by the presence of various forms of viruses in the field, from classic and very virulent strains to variant strains, and the varying levels of maternally derived antibodies, or MDAs, in young chickens. To significantly improve protection against IBD, Phibro Animal Health is introducing the MB1 vaccine, a new approach to IBD vaccination that stimulates an early onset of immunity and adjusts the release of vaccine viruses at the correct time for each chick. The MB1 vaccine is developed from the MB live attenuated viral strain that is adapted for in ovo injection at 18.5 days of incubation or subcutaneous administration in the hatchery. It has been proven safe and highly effective in protecting against any form of the IBD virus, classic, very virulent, or variant strains in millions of birds under commercial controlled conditions. So how does the MB1 vaccine work to provide superior protection compared to other vaccines? Maternally derived immunoglobulins, or IgYs, are transmitted in a defined limited number from the hen to the offspring through the yolk sac and won't multiply or be self-produced until the chick's immune system matures. While IgYs are particularly effective in preventing IBD infections during the first days of age, MDAs often block the response to conventional vaccines. MDAs decay at a relatively constant rate, with a half-life of between 3 to 5 days, which means lowered levels of protection. The levels of MDAs transmitted from the hen to the chick can vary greatly across flocks. Thus, the situation becomes even more complex when there are a large number of chickens in the flock. Setting the correct time for vaccinating the flock is thus very challenging, since a window of optimum vaccination is very short, lasting only a few days, and also can occur at different times for each individual chicken. MB1, an evolution in IBD hatchery vaccination, addresses these challenges by individually adjusting the release of MB1's virus to stimulate an early onset of immunity. After injection, the MB1 vaccine viruses are coated with the chick's MBAs, which prevent the viruses from replicating too early in the young chick's bursa. The newly formed immune complex won't destroy the MB1 viral particles, but will instead keep it in a latent form until the proper time for its release. After the natural deterioration of the MDAs, the MB1 vaccine viruses are released and can replicate. This introduces an earlier immune response in every chick at a different time, depending on the chick's individual MDA level. Phibro's R&D team developed a sensitive method to detect the MB viral strain to prove that the MB1 vaccine release will successfully be adjusted to the individual MDA's titers. Field trials have shown that chicks vaccinated with the MB1 vaccine showed an earlier presence of the MB viral strain in the immune organs, as well as an earlier seroconversion in comparison to the immune complex vaccines, resulting in at least 4 days earlier onset of protection. The MB1 vaccine did not interfere with the response to the NDV-VH vaccination. A single dose of the MB1 vaccine protects for the lifetime of the bird, and it can be safely applied in broiler, layer, and breeder chickens. The MB1 vaccine provides reliable and convenient IBD protection through a hatchery-controlled vaccination process. And it is now available as part of 5X Chick Pack, Phibro's offering for better hatchery immunized chickens. To learn more about MB1, visit www.pahc.com/product_services/poultry